What up this afternoon? Cold Saturday in Detroit, across some other places. I'm your host, JLE. That's the theme song, Vulnerable, from my upcoming double album, JLE for Life, JLE Forever, on the music copy on me on Facebook. How y'all doing on this Saturday? Detroit still cold. I was out there earlier, shoveling some snow, take care of some stuff. Supposed to slightly warm up next week, get back in the 20s for the low. And then I saw a story last night that caught my eye about a Detroit judge and 3 other defendants were charged in a federal guardianship case. Judge attorney Andrea Bradley Baskin, Nancy Williams, Avery Bradley, and Dwight Richard while charged, and where the guardianship of a person is deemed incapacitated, they have a guardian take custody of their medical and financial affairs. And so there's not a lot of oversight with it. So they're being charged with embezzlement, money laundering with funds. There's a check where the judge, Bradley Baskins, had paid $70,000. No, not $70,000. She paid over $25,000 up front for a 23 new Ford Expedition. Nancy Williams accused of using $70,000 for a check issued to JW Citibank to Bradley Law Center and buying a bar, partnership in a bar. A net gain that's also in this is over $23,000. And it's a crazy story. Nicole Shannon, the advocacy attorney for Michigan Elder Justice Initiative, and says there's no real oversight to what goes on with these funds for the guardianship cases and probate. And once these people get the cases, or the people that don't have no one to tend to their affairs, this guardian takes over, and instead of just doing what they're supposed to do with the funds and the resources, they're getting it in. It's crazy. That's something you want to think about. You'll think people doing the right thing. And these reforms that Ms. Shannon has stated, they need more documentation, more transparency, more meaningful review, and more reporting to stop this abuse. And I guess, because you get federal help, but let's say one of these people who need guardianship might have a net worth over $100,000. When you win, you're awarded the guardianship over their affairs. You might cover their medical expenses, but let's say out of this $100,000 for this example, their bills is $25,000, and there's $75,000 left. If you're on that type of time, they say, y'all divvy up that $75,000, and that ain't right. I mean, but as 25 showed and still going forward, anything you do in the dark will come to the light. And it's definitely a bad look by her being a judge and an attorney, so she know better. But greed is a powerful drug, man. In this capitalist country we live in. If people have opportunity, they'll take it. And this was a year ongoing investigation. So something was alerted that caught the federal government attention. And once they get a scent of you, they're going to do due diligence. and see what's up with you. And then you got some problems. Now, it's been a big snow going on, a storm tracking that's hitting Carolinas, Southeast. My boy in Georgia told me they got some snow. They expect up to 4 to 10 inches of snow, which is a lot. Man. I mean, last year, Christmas was snow free. And I kind of figured, yeah, a lot of areas have some nice weather. We're going to get hit. But man, I know Mother Nature's gonna do like the How High movie. Mike Epps' character, Baby Powder, put that baby powder in hand and just start slapping us with that weather. Like, y'all gonna get it. Y'all was up there thinking everything's sweet. You know, Detroit, we were seeing 45, 50-degree weather in December. Like, y'all take that too. So we are getting it. Even read a story where a lady was arrested from walking from Windsor, Canada, because downtown Detroit, off on a Renaissance building, you look right over to Canada and Windsor. And because the water's frozen over, guy had to be with this person. This lady from Windsor just walked across into America. And authorities waiting on her. From the video footage, she ain't seen that bother. I guess she wanted to see if she could do it. And I came across the story. I'm reading like, you won't worry about you gonna fall into the water? How cold it is? But for whatever reason, she felt she needed to get up out of Canada and come over here to the D. I wouldn't advise anyone to walk on any water or rivers that are frozen. Let alone walking from one country to another illegally. We got 2 bridges to get over here. We got the tunnel. And what part did she go to where I guess there was some more areas where you can walk and climb up? So like, where you climbing up from? So I know if you over there by the Riverwalk, man, you looking like way down there. You got Belle Isle Park going fishing. You way down there. How you climbing up? But some people gonna do what they do. I'm like, okay. And then there's still more going on in Minnesota. Judge declined immediate halt to Operation Metro Surge. There are more protests to happen across the U.S. this weekend. And the judge ruled that came across a story on CNN, site sources. The federal immigration operation has seen thousands of agents dispatched to Minnesota Twin Cities, with 2 Minnesotan people killed. Can go on as lawsuits continue to stop it against the federal administration. Minnesota, St. Paul, and Minneapolis sued federal officials earlier this month, calling immigration enforcement federal invasion, via warrantless arrest and excessive force. And this is to target undocumented Somali immigrants. Department of Homeland Security celebrated the ruling, calling it a win for public safety and law and order. Trump administration argued lawsuit was an overreach. Minnesota wanted a veto over federal law enforcement. Judge agreed. District Judge Catherine Menendez noted evidence federal agents have engaged in arrest profiling, excessive use of force, other harmful action, outright negative impact throughout the state, ranging from expenditure of vast resource and police overtime to plummeting of students attending school, from delaying responding to emergency calls to extreme hardship of small businesses. She announced they made a strong showing for Operation Metro Surge had, and it will likely continue, even though consequence to the state. But the harms of the operation must be balanced with harms from injunction would impose federal government's effort to enforce immigration law. I mean, unfortunately, 2 people was murdered over there. Now there's information coming out saying the guy murdered was antagonizing them. You have a right to protest. It's a constitutional right as an American citizen. I would just say use caution. I saw Don Lemon got arrested for they trespassed against that church because the pastor was an ICE agent. If you're there to protest peacefully, that's your right. Go do it, and stay peacefully. If you see the ICE agents doing more than what their job description says, film it, report it, and let the people that deal with these issues do it. Don't intervene yourself, because when you're doing that, you're impeding their investigation of tracking illegal immigrants in this country that they're trying to detain to put up out the country. And the moment you start interfering with that, you're obstructing justice. They have a right to arrest you. When they tell you to back up or get out the way, the moment you do anything other than compliant, it may fall on their side of how much force they need to get you out the way. And you don't want to fall in that. So if you're going there to be peaceful to protest, peacefully protest. But keep that stuff in mind, because they're not playing. And if there are some people protesting that are there to antagonize, they remember these people as well, and if they can't even get some get back. And now you got both sides doing things that's not just doing your job, and you peacefully protesting. So you definitely. I mean, me personally, I advise there's other things to worry about. They are in this country illegally. They don't deserve to be treated inhumane and detaining them to go back to their country. But there's a lot of things you could be doing than to be right there. And you might get too emotional and you start blurring the lines of a peaceful protest to antagonizing, opening the door for whatever that officer or agent is on. And you got a purpose to fulfill. Is it worth it? I also want to see this like, but Jeff, but the way they treat them, I get it. They're still human beings. They need to be treated humanely. But they're not American citizens. They knew that when they came over here illegally. And we could debate, well, we took this from the Indians and Native Americans, this and other, but as of 2026, this is the United States of America with their government presiding over this land and the rules and laws they make. So just like that lady walked from Windsor, Canada, across the frozen Detroit River to the United States, police arrested her. They didn't come over here the right way for whatever she was on. And if you over here, whoever you are, you need to be trying to get the right paperwork filed so you can be a citizen. Because I can't go to Somalia. Once I get to the airport, I need to show my passport or documentation I need so I can walk into the borders of Somalia, for example. Are they going to detain me? So it go both ways. I can't go to nobody. I can get on the plane and go anywhere on this planet, but once I get to the airport, I cannot walk on their soil without showing the proper paperwork that allow me to be on their country land. Same go for America. Now we just find there's a lot of different people here, and then people talk about, well, it's distraction from other things going on. Maybe. But it was a mandate that he was given from a lot of people that voted for President Trump to deal with the over 10 plus million people illegally here. You see, if you watch a lot of the campaigns on other media outlets, he said, I'm gonna deal with it. You might not like how I go about it, but I'm gonna give you what you wanted. That's what we're doing. You know? So I would say if you're here, take care of your paperwork. If you've been here like 5+ years, you have been milking the system. Let's be honest. I give you just got here. You've been here 5+ years. You've been milking the system. I've seen interviews of people who, hey, I have a restaurant for the last 5 years. I've been here for 15. You've been here for 15 years, started a business that's profitable, and you ain't want to go get your paperwork done. You part of the problem. Because you have revenue coming in where you can get to the place to file your paperwork, be a citizen, start paying taxes. I got to pay taxes. When I was laid off and needed some assistance, I had to prove that's what it was to get that help. And I've heard a lot of Americans say that. So as American citizens, you do take a little offense to you just giving all these benefits and help to people that are not citizens. And the citizens got to go through the rigmarole, have all they dotted I's and T's on paperwork to get the help that your taxes pay into when you fall on hard times to get some help. And you just giving away to people that are not American citizens. It's not fair. It's just not. I'm sorry, whatever going on in your country, but play by the rules. They say they put the stuff online and streamline it, so you can't tell you've been here 2+ years and you ain't tried to become a citizen. You milking the system. Come on now. What are we talking about? And that's what people don't want to talk about. And it just stuff going on ain't a lot like it was last year. Every second something's happening, but stuff's going on. And I saw I believe his name is Desmond Howard. Sanford, he played on Sanford and Son. Damone Wilson played Lamont on Sanford and Son. He recently passed away. My condolences to his family. I still check that show out in syndication or clips on YouTube. Great, funny show. The funniest one with him and his friend Rollo had was growing some weed. And they had made it into a salad. And the cops had came by. Classic episode. He always had Fred going at it with Aunt Esther. Class comedy. Shout out to all that he's contributed to the arts, entertainment. Prayers for his family. Hope y'all doing something fun this weekend. Rerun episode Middle Ground interview show tonight. New episode of Ground Floor later. And stay warm, man. If you one of these states been hit with the snow, stay warm. People that are on the streets, pray you get to a warm center or somewhere. Stay warm because it's cold out there. I mean, we've been with the negatives for the last 9 days. Man. I'm looking forward to regular 30 and 20, regular winter. This negative 15, 20 wind chill, oh my goodness. But prayers, everyone. Check out all the other content on my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE Network. We'll be back next week. A lot going on. Stay safe for the weekend. Check out Ground Floor later on. Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to purchase my latest products, my books and music, go to Amazon.com. I have new merchandise on the way. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE Network. Thanks for coming.